Hey, welcome back to Score on Business, and we're back with Tracy Guarino. So, Tracy, you were a CPA. How does understanding the financial numbers help with entrepreneurial success?
Well, the financial statements are your company's report card. And to be able to look at that and understand the financial position it's very important. And as your company grows, hopefully you're no longer in the details, so to be able at a high level to look and assess the financial statements is really critical in knowing what's going on with your business without actually getting into the details. It will identify where your company is excelling and where maybe there's room for improvement, and getting that information sooner than later, like not 2 months after you're into that business cycle. It allows you to make changes and kind of make adjustments for what you need, so you're at an optimal position to succeed in your company.
Right, and to make sure you have a process in place so you can get the numbers while you can still do something.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
2 months later doesn't really.
No,
yeah.
and that kind of goes back to the operation. So understanding what it takes and where you're at, you can kind of overcome that. Why is it taking 2 months? To get financials, it absolutely shouldn't. So you can kind of back in and find out where what's happening in that chain, so that you can get that information and make those decisions.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about developing culture, and as you have when you most recently built a team, the culture you wanted and how you approached that.
Yeah, I think it has to go with whatever you're feeling inside and the way that you operate. Again, back to the way that you manage, but developing whatever that culture is and being consistent with it is so important. You see a lot of software companies that have that Google-esque kind of atmosphere, and that's one great culture, but the company that I led before also had a military aspect to it. So it's a challenge marrying those two, software and military, but you have to know the kind of people that you're going to hire. What do you want the atmosphere to be like? What's your team want it to be like, so that you're creating an environment where everybody's happy. Kind of have a bit of that marriage. You have to be able to play as well as work really hard.
Yeah, one thing you were saying that I think is so important is consistency, and having the making sure that everybody understands what the important things are.
Right, and having a rhythm. Like if you're meeting daily, you have weekly meetings, you have quarterly meetings. Make sure that those rhythms are established, so that when you're not there and you're meeting with customers or doing something to grow the business, that same rhythm is still occurring in the company.
Okay.
And there's consistency across the board.
Right. So in maybe 30 or 40 seconds, tell us a little bit about some of the metrics you use to keep up with how the company's doing.
Well, I absolutely look at financial metrics to see how the company's doing. But the absolute best way is to walk around and talk to your people. You get great information from your managers, but you really need to walk around, talk to the people, and you'll know how your team's doing. And that is, of course, going to reflect how your customers feel and how business is doing. And you really get some great, information, or just some. You might find out what, Joe Smith really wished that we had something different, and you're able to bring that to them and keep them happy, by doing that.
Well,
and it's important.
Tracy, thank you so much for being here. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week.
Thank you.